we're just going to add the basic markets data. And we're going to end up with this beautiful data frame containing a list of symbols, their latest prices, the base asset, and the quote asset. If we want to, for instance, send order of a specific USDT notional amount, having this USDT price column is going to be very useful. Today is going to be a fun exercise because we're going to be using CCXT and CryptoPandas to work with a very common problem in cryptocurrency data, which is determining the value of non-USD or non-Fiat based symbols. So you will often find on crypto exchanges that you can trade coin-to-coin symbols. For instance, you can trade ETH versus BTC, or you can trade BNB versus ETH, which is very cool for providing extra liquidity on the markets, but it does come with the downside of adding complexity with regard to determining the value of those symbols. And so today we're going to be using CryptoPandas to determine the USD value of coin quoted symbols. So let's jump into it. So as always, we're going to start off with importing our CCXT Pandas exchange and CCXT and initialize a exchange object as such. And then we're going to filter for spot only based symbols and observe what symbols we have here. So we see that we have symbols which are quoted in USDT, which is the most common form of quoted symbol, but also in coin-based quotes such as BTC, ETH, or also XRP. So what we're going to do in this exercise is load the prices of all symbols using the fetch tickers method, as we see here. And then we're just going to add the basic markets data, such as symbol, base, and quote. And we're going to end up with this beautiful data frame containing a list of symbols, their latest prices, the base asset, and the quote asset. So here, for instance, we see the ETH BTC trading pair currently trading at 0.03215. Now, to get this in USD terms is not obvious. And so what we're going to do is we're going to filter for all of the USDT based assets using the query method. And then we get this data frame of all the USDT trading pairs. And we can see here the price of Ethereum compared to USDT is 3,798. Now that we have this USDT prices, what we can do is manipulate this data frame by selecting only the last price column, the symbol, and the base column, and simply renaming them such that the base becomes the quote and the last price column becomes a column called USDT price. We're also going to rename symbol to intermediate symbol so that we know how our prices got matched from our coin quoted symbol to our USDT quoted symbol. Through this process, we get this data frame containing our USDT price column, our intermediate symbol column, and our quote column. And then all we need to do now is merge back this USDT price data frame onto our price data frame. And so when we do this, what we get is this data frame, which contains our initial symbols, such as ETH BTC, the current Coinbase quoted price. So here we see 0.032, but also the USDT price, which is indeed 3,798 for ETH. And so, for instance, here, if we were to filter for just Solana, what we see is that we get the price of Solana versus BNB, which is 0.22, or Solana versus BTC, which is 0.001516. But because we use this USDT data frame, we get for all of these Solana-based symbols a USDT price, which is all hovering around 179. Now, this column here, USDT price, is going to be very helpful for calculating our amount quantity when we're going to be sending our order. If we want to, for instance, send order of a specific USDT notional amount, having this USDT price column is going to be very useful. Now, we hope you found this tutorial useful. As always, the code will be linked in the description below. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment, check out our GitHub, check out our website, and we will gladly answer your questions. See you in the next one.